Well, hello. Welcome. I don't know where Chalky is. I know I keep sending him messages. I don't get answers, so I don't know. But I thought she should have been around, but probably got important things to do. But it's whoever's here, thank you very much for joining the live stream. I have only a couple of things to say. I might be having a visitor call in who I've never had before, but time will tell whether they get their morning routine sorted out in time for it. But we'll just got to play it by ear and see what happens. But hopefully you guys liked what I did with the live stream with Nick Caliani. Hopefully I asked the right questions and pushed it far enough. There's obviously only certain things that I can do, but I did what I did. G'day, Whale Miner. Great to see you. It's good to have someone turn up. So, yeah, that's awesome, man. Thank you very much. How's the trading going lately? You having a win? Is there more snow? What's going on in the world of Whale Miner? In the land of the silver fern. All those little kiwi things. I won't say anything about the sheep, because I know you got a lot of dairy farms and stuff there. Australians and Kiwis always have this banter going on with what each other does with sheep. All part of the fun, isn't it? The cross straight fun. Across the ditch. The snow's gone, has it? Probably still cold there, though. Oh, geez, trading being slow. Come on. I'm trying to rev it up for you. So how did you like the live stream with Nick, Mr. Whale Miner? Did I do okay? Or was I just a tool? Don't know. I even lose myself when I say shit like that. It is what it is, you know. Hopefully it turned out all right. I obviously wanted to press him about the Vulcan stuff a fair bit, especially with the current team and that sort of thing. But obviously I knew that I was only going to be able to press him so far on that sort of stuff. And of course he's going to toe the line, so to speak, and as you'd sort of expect from a good manager, and that's someone that is allowing the due process to take its course. But it's a shitty situation, I know, but it is what it is. Well, I'm glad you think it was good. Obviously, I was a bit nervous leading into it because I wasn't really sure, whether I was going to come across like a tool or come across, like too much of a fudder or too much of a supporter, or, because it's bloody difficult, because like I'm part of the Brew Discord. And so, like I don't actively get involved in the fudding stuff per se, but I don't, because I've got my own project. So obviously I've got to present a different sort of voice. Well, I just can't carry on with stupid shit, like that. Someone that doesn't have a project can say a lot more open stuff than what I can. Hello, El Nanny. Welcome all the way from Ghana, Ghana. Welcome. Haven't really seen you around a lot. Sure, you're hiding out there somewhere. Where have you really been hiding? I know my Discord's just flat, so I expect that, but how's your school going? You passing the grade? You're going to become a highly educated, whatever it was that you said you were going to do, which I forgot now. Yeah, that's right. Busy. And final exams, they started already. Yeah. So does your year stop early, like in like October or something like that? Or do you have to go through to like December or something? And Whale Miner, are you stocking up your Bitcoin or do you sell it? Because, of course, you've got expenses to pay, but are you paying for your expenses elsewhere so you can hold on to your Bitcoin that you mine? Or, like, how does that bit sort of work? Yeah, it's a shit of a situation, isn't it? Like, it really is. It's just, unfortunately, it's just ugly. Like it's just what it is. I'm actually starting to get some new content made for Calf for launching when I go onto Grove. The Grove media team will help produce some content as well. But I'm making some myself. Well, not myself. I've employed someone to make some content, and it's actually turning out really good so far. So, but a few little tweaks need to be done to it to make sure it's ready to present. But yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, September 30. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So this was your last year, wasn't it? Like that's it, and then after this, you're on. I know we've spoken about it before, but excuse my memory, please. Don't take offence to it. And that's if you're able to do that Whale Miner, I'm sure you've setting yourself up to be leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of us. So it's bloody good. Obviously, I'm trying to, get in touch with you so we can figure out this trading strategies and stuff like that. But you're not on Discord, so I've got to figure out a way to be able to get in touch with you, because I'd love to just hear your thoughts and ideas and the way you do stuff, and so I can sort of try and figure it out a little bit. But until then, I just, don't really get involved in that side of it, because I know what will happen, and that's that I'll make a mess of finances and just makes it worse. And I just don't need to make it worse. Obviously, I know to do something has risk. But that's fine. I don't mind, doing something, but I want to try and hedge the bet so it's at least half a chance of doing something good. Like, you get me. I'm sure I make sense, and you sort of read between the lines of what I'm saying. I know nothing's guaranteed in this world, but yeah, I can tell other people what to do, and they do well, but it's hard for me to do it myself. So I don't know, a lot of people have that same issue as well. Seems to be when I buy something, then it goes the opposite to what I want it to do. It's just uncanny how it goes like that. But yeah. Oh well. Life's like that. I can send a message to this other young fella. Say, I am live. Anytime you want to join. And because hopefully I'll have someone ducking in who we've never had here before, so we'll just see how we go with that. It was, Prado's token selling in 10 hours time or something like that. I'm sure Whale Miner's going to be all in on that. Sell all your Bitcoin so you can buy nothing but weld, because apparently you'll get Bitcoin back. Marvelous plan I have. Marvelous. Bet you never thought of that. Buy you a whole heap of world. Nothing like having a whole heap of other crypto, is it? Yeah, well, was it about a week ago or something like that? I was sent a transaction of someone who sent 2,500 ETH to a null address. So that's what you call burning crypto. $0.8 million worth of ETH was sent to a null address. I wonder who decided to do that. I'm guessing you're not really burning through that much. Oh, geez, you're just teasing me now. Oh, yeah, right, eh? Next thing you're going to say you got a $3.5 million house in the Gold Coast or something. No, half your luck, man. It's good. That's the whole idea of it, isn't it? I just want to get in touch with you so I can figure out what you're doing. So I can try and, got to be a bit of a sponge off get these little insights and leads and, know how, what it is that you do, and hopefully do something myself. But only try. How do I get in touch with you, Mr. Whale Miner? I'll be gentle. I am just me. But you seem to have a wealth of knowledge around this leverage and trading and stuff like that, which I want to try and figure out and not just throw money into a bottomless pit or into other people's pockets. Oh, well, it looks like my guest is going to be here in about 10 minutes. There you go. Someone that we never had before. It's someone that's starting a project with their team, and they're not really here to talk about their project or anything like that at this stage. I think they're going to discuss that around their 19th. Geez, the 19th is only 6 days' time. Yeah. So next weekend, they'll be talking more about the project of what they're doing. But I'm a supporter of what they're doing. Absolutely. No question about that. And obviously, I want to find out, the ins and outs. I know them quite well. And just, it seems like good people, and good people are worth a lot in this business, because there's plenty of people that aren't good and just make things bloody hard. But it's extra difficult to try and do everything yourself. That's the biggest challenge is yeah. Oh yeah, I've got my headset here, good, because I need that so I can hear them talk. I haven't got Instagram on my computer yet, have I? I got TikTok. Oh, there it is. Yeah, but I haven't added the video on here yet. Another what's announcement from World? What is it? Okay, yeah, just whatever they're doing. That's good. Well, hopefully this young fellow will be here shortly. I know I'm a magnet for mass viewers, so I'm doing really well tonight. It's all pretty quiet today, isn't it? markets must be just a bit flat. Yay! All right, Sophie Dad, welcome. I think in about how many minutes? I'm just checking on Discord. In about 5 minutes, I should have a new person here to join me in the live stream. And that he's part of a team that are starting a new project that I'm a supporter of, and they're moving to, launching on the Grove blockchain as we're moving to the Grove blockchain. I introduced them to the Grove blockchain. They're not really here to talk about their project as such, like that's going to be more in a week's time. But he's joining me in about 5 minutes or so, hopefully, where he can have a discussion about whatever he wants to discuss. We're just going to answer questions. You guys, you're free to ask questions and stuff like that. And hopefully you enjoy having someone else here as well. But how's life in Tasmania at the moment, Sophie Dad? Is it all good over there, or how's things trucking, so to speak? You're always up pretty late, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. I know I'm always up 11 o'clock, but still, it's not so bad when you do it yourself, but when someone else is doing it, it's like they're up late. But hopefully everything's going right over there for you. And all that sort of stuff. But yeah, how did you find the Nick Caliani live stream that I did a couple of days ago with Chalk? And Nick, what did you think about that? Did I present well enough? Did I ask enough, or did I say something too much? Critique it. Did I do okay? Like, could I have done? I suppose I could have always done better, but hopefully I did all right. It's just hopefully I give a slightly different perspective than others, but yeah, it is what it is. Of course, I'm not being overly critical on him about the Jason stuff because, of course, I knew that he was only going to answer with the ways which he did, that he's got to follow due process and give benefit of the doubt and, all that sort of stuff, only work on facts that he can find and that sort of stuff. But, yeah, it's still a challenging situation. There's no doubt about that. But slowly but surely, I'm slowly working up, some new people to join me on live stream and hopefully participate and talk about whatever can be talked about. So the whole idea is just to wing it and figure it out as we go. And yes, that's a very big cup. Full of tea, not coffee though. Not coffee at this time of night. Not one that big, far out. That would be like a lot. Wouldn't sleep all night. Well, apart from this fella who hopefully will call in, I haven't got anyone else tonight that can join us. So it just is what it is. Who knows if you can get Instagram on the computer? Oh, here he is now. Oh, far out. I better get myself sorted out. G'day. How you going?
Hey, how's it going, Keith?
Yeah, not bad. Yourself?
Just woke up, so got my morning routine done.
Yeah. So you're all ready to go.
Oh yeah, much better than an hour ago.
So you're Daniel. Nice to meet you, Daniel. Obviously, I've spoken to you before, and you're from Rev Token, which there's some of the links to Rev Token in my Discord that people can have a look at and see what they want to see and ask questions, of course. And you guys are moving, well, not moving, but you're launching on Grove and doing the same sort of stuff. So welcome to the family.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of things in store.
Yeah. Now, I was having to read your white paper and that tonight, and it'll be obviously I'm waiting for next Friday or whatever, Saturday, for when we're able to have a more of a discussion, as you said, on the 19th, to go through more of what you're doing and that sort of stuff. So it'll be good to see. Then you can explain it a bit more. What's going on?
Yeah, we'll have definitely a lot more details and some more things about the utility.
Yeah.
Hang on. What you want? Come here. Come here.
Who have we got here? Hello. How are you? What's your name?
What's your name?
Kira.
Kira. Nice to meet you, Kira. My name's Keith, and I'm in Australia.
That's Keith. He's from Australia.
Stay there, Kira. Stay there, quick. Stay there. Oh. Got a little goat for you.
It's a little goat. This is the baby goat? Yeah. You like the baby goat? Yeah.
He's not ready for a bottle yet, is he? No, he's not. Otherwise, Kira could feed him.
You want to go to Australia? Yeah, maybe one day.
The good thing about Australia, Kira, is that it's full of Australians.
He said the good thing about Australia is it's full of Australians. Why don't you go run upstairs, play out there.
Bye-bye.
Do you want to film on?
No, you can leave it off.
No.
Okay. Thank you, girl.
Oh, what?
Okay. Bye-bye. Can
What
you shut
good
the door,
timing.
Yeah,
what cool timing.
Yeah, wife just went for a run.
Yeah, it's a really busy live stream tonight. We're cranking. I had a couple of regulars here, but it's all gone quiet. So I'm not sure what's happened with them because I haven't said see you later or anything, and normally they hang around. So I don't know what the go is tonight. When I see this little number counter on how many people are here, but that's always incorrect. Quite often you end up with people that are watching but not actually register that they're watching. So yeah, it's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
But you work in an interesting field, though, that is something different than what people ordinarily hear about. Like it's a fancy sort of title, isn't it?
Yeah, aerospace. I do quality assurance, so I make sure everything's good. You know, I run the department for the company, but got to make sure that anything that goes into space or military grade things, how's it going, well, miner? And there's lots of components that need to be checked that go into making airplanes, and I've done quite a bit of stuff, whether it's military or commercial or Boeing planes.
Yeah, Whale Miner is actually a Bitcoin miner, and he's a full-time trader who lives in New Zealand.
Oh, that's cool.
So he's sort of a long way east of us, but yeah, where it's quite late at night where he is. I'm not sure the time difference between us and them, but it must be a lot because it's 3 hours just to the east coast. So, and New Zealand's a long way past that. So, I don't know. It must be pretty late at night. What time is it, Whale Miner, where you are? Otherwise, I'll have to Google it. It must be like midnight or something like that. Maybe no, it'll be even later than that. Be like 1 o'clock or something.
New Zealand, it should be like maybe 4 p.m. ish, 3 or 4 p.m.
Yeah, 12:20. There you go.
Okay, so it's 4 hours ahead of me.
Yeah.
Oh, 14 hours ahead of me.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's the horrible sort of time gap. It's like me trying to liaise with someone in California. It's when it's 15 hours, and it's just horrible for the time. And that's why when we did that interview with Nick Caliani the other night, I started my live stream at midnight, and he was like 7 o'clock in the morning or something. And then Chalk was in UK, and I'm not sure what time it was for her, but she's 8 hours difference than us. So yeah, it's just I drew the short straw. I had the midnight run. Someone had to do it, but yeah, it had to be me. And but yeah, Whale Miner is well experienced in the space, and and he's not invested in Vulcan or anything like that, but he sees what goes on. But yeah, it's it's the schmozzle.
Yeah, well, definitely keep your eyes peeled out for what Rev's doing. Check us out, look us up. And,
yeah, well, that's the thing. What is it, next Saturday? You're going to be talking more about. We can talk all the ins and outs and nuts and bolts and stuff to do with Rev, isn't it? On Saturday, 6 days time. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a traditional full AMA. We'll do a rundown of the token, its tokenomics, the utilities, what our vision is, where we're going with the token. I should be able to release the second business utility on Saturday, which would be a nice drop. Gives a little more information for people.
When you get too much utility, just send some my way.
Yeah, we're the startup businesses, and then also like partnerships and stuff is really good because we really focusing on bringing the external revenue into the space. So that way, we're not shuffling money around. You can eventually get to a point where every holder is making profit, and if everybody sold, everybody made money. Yeah,
it's the hardest thing in the space, isn't it? It's where to get revenue from to support, because otherwise all it is just shuffling money around within your own community, and some people are going to lose and some people are going to win, and that's just the way it works. But if you can generate revenue streams into your token, well then like everyone benefits from that, because even if you just hold rev, you're going to be a success with the way you've got it set up. And so there's a lot of good things coming, there's no doubt about that. And so it'd be good to have a proper discussion about all of the ins and outs to do with it come Saturday, and hopefully you can release that other information that you've of your revenue streams or whatever it is that you're doing. And then when are you doing, how does the launch work on Grove? Does that work through Pink Sale, or is it some other sale platform?
So we you have to do a Rev Grove pairing. So we use the liquidity we have from the private sale to purchase Grove, and then we pair it with Rev tokens, and then that gets seeded into their LP pool, which then we can go live on their swap. So there's liquidity to do buys and sells.
But the sale component, does it still go through Pink Sale, or is it some other mechanism?
Well, no, we don't have to go through Pink Sale or any Launchpad, because we already have we had a private sale before. So the private sale's done. I think it was 20% of the supply, and then we tried to do a public sale. The private sale was probably like 2 months ago, maybe, I think. No,
it was
a while ago.
But aren't you having another public sale?
Well, we tried. So we tried to do Pink Sale.
Yeah, that's right.
We listed because we had 15%, so we had 1.5 million tokens to do a public sale, but we listed the soft cap too high.
That's right.
Interest. So the Pink Sale didn't happen. And one of our options was to do another public sale on GenPad.
Okay.
But that was kind of in the works, but then, we sought out, got some information about Grove, and they had appealing, and then we could just do a launch on Grove because we already have the LP to launch. So instead of paying to do another public sale.
What about private sale to me? Come on. Jeez.
Well, the private sale versus the launch price. So the private sale equated to about 0.005 a token, and the public sale, the launch on Grove Swap will be 0.0055. So as soon as it launches, if you swap in, you're pretty much just about at the same price as the private sale was.
I'm upset now.
You got to talk to Jared about that one.
Yeah, I'm upset. Yeah, I made a commitment, and out of the little bit of funds I have, I want to commit a little bit to Rev. But however it goes, I don't care. I just want to get in because I like the way it's set up. So I don't normally say that about tokens. So there you go. I never actually say that about tokens. So and
there's got to be a first for everything. I mean, most of our information's contained within Discord. That's our main platform. Of course, we've got Twitter and some of the other ones, but we have a team section with biographies and pictures of who's on the team, and we've got business utilities and service utilities set up so everybody can see what the utilities we have in our offering are. So we have that transparency that a lot of places don't have, and
Yeah.
you know, it earns the trust of the community because you can actually see what's going on. It's not just nonstop behind the door meetings, and nobody knows what's going on until it's 3 months after it's launched. It's like, hey, this works now. Here's what we've been doing the last 3 months.
Yeah, no, it'd be good to see what's actually happening. Come the 19th, that's what I've got to wait for, and hopefully between then and now and then, I'll have a few more live streams where hopefully I can muster up some people to watch. Come the 19th to see what you guys are doing, and obviously I'm trying to get people to put Grove in their wallets, in their blockchain, so then they can instead of Binance they can have Grove as well, so then they can actually get over there and participate in these tokens. Obviously that means Calf as well. Because I'm going to be listed there shortly as well. So the liquidity is already there now for Calf, because I extracted the liquidity a couple of days ago, and that's already purchased Grove coin, so it's ready for the pairing. All I'm waiting for is the contract and just mainly promotional stuff that's going to be happening for launching on their chain. But initially it's just going to be on Grove Swap, because I can't do the Grove X just yet. But then that's the aim, is the next step would be to do Grove X, their centralized exchange, because that gives us a good opportunity, I feel, to where people can use fiat to buy your token, rather than having to go through their dApps through MetaMask or Trust Wallet or whatever to buy on their decentralized exchange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of dApps. I kind of like the straightforward approach. There's less security risks involved.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is that you've got to have the only way is to get listed on their centralized exchange, and initially I can't do that because I just don't have the funds, but that's the aim in the short term, is to get that achieved. And then obviously, like every project, it's just step by step, isn't it? Like, you just try and bite off what you can, but of course, like you always try and do that little bit extra and just chew a whole lot harder and just try and get through it. But that's all you can really do, is just keep going forwards, trying to get these steps done, so then people can get exposed and trade your token. But the good thing about being on Grove X, their centralized exchange, apart from just being a centralized exchange, is that you also get advertising and stuff for being on Grove X as well. So you'll get with the other projects that are on there, where you get advertisements as part of the package to be on a centralized exchange. And so there's some marketing that will be provided to be on that centralized exchange. And, it's that beats the way it is at the moment on the Binance network, where there's just nothing, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even buy it on Binance now. It's in the U.S. It's completely locked down. Zero U.S. dollar deposits while this whole SEC thing goes down. So it's actually hard for me to get funds on chain. I think I use Uphold now. It's the only one that my bank's. I guess that as it comes through, it doesn't look like it's a crypto transaction, so it allows it to go through. But anything that says crypto, I've already closed 2 bank accounts because they pretty much said we don't support crypto at all, and I said, see ya. I'll go put my money elsewhere.
The banks here do that a little bit as well, but I haven't had it with my bank. They've they've actually been quite good about it. Whenever there's been, and I've had communication with them because they've held a transaction pending talking to me because they're thinking it might be a scam or something like that. And when I've talked crypto, they've gone, "Yep, no worries, you're allowed to do whatever you want." And so they're good like that. But not all banks are like that though. So I do know that some of them clamp down on people using their own funds to do what they wish. Oh, go figure that. Shock horror. You're allowed to spend your money.
Yeah, it's like if I want to deposit it on the chain and flush it down a toilet, I can. If I want to withdraw it and light it on fire, I can do that too. It's my money, not theirs.
Yeah, you naughty boy, you're not allowed to do that with it.
Yeah.
But essentially with the new ID system, where you got social credit ratings, that's essentially going to do that, with the government crypto to replace fiat. That's essentially what that's all about, is that they're going to dictate, oh, you've eaten too much steak today, and so you got to have less tomorrow, that sort of stuff. Carbon credits and stuff like that. Like, you're buying too much gas, like, oh, you've been a naughty boy, you got to get more veggies today. And it's like the social credit score is just the same thing as they doing with the social credit score, and basically dictate your life, where you're not allowed to buy that electrical component or device or whatever it is until you got a score that's high enough that allows you to be able to get it. And that's the sort of thing that governments are trying to introduce, is more, keep you under the thumb, control.
Mm-hmm. Well, Uncle Sam likes their taxes too. So when you have fiat currency that you can just exchange hands and not report, then they lose taxes, which is there's too much taxes. Taxes initially came into place and were supposed to be abolished, like I think it was 10 years later. But they decide, hey, look at all this free money, we should keep doing this, and that's kind of what it's evolved to today. They even try to tax barter. Well, if you barter goods, you have to report the value and pay taxes on it. Like, no.
Yeah, I know. It's just crazy. The control that they're trying to do is they're going to end up with a secondary monetary system that's other than their digital currency, so you can avoid being part of their social credit rating. Because you simply, to do anything, you're going to have to be, because of course it's always someone else that makes the decisions on whether you're allowed to or not allowed to, and that not necessarily fits in with your lifestyle. Like, for argument's sake, we run a farm raising calves. We probably come up as a negative or something in someone's eyes, and it's like that stops us from being able to do certain purchases or something like that. It's like, good on you, and yet you can...
Yeah, all right, it's too loud. Can you hear her iPad?
Yeah.
Can you turn it down some?
You got a visitor in there again.
Thank you.
Kids are cool, man.
Yeah, my son's probably playing with Legos. It's like, Kira, leave me alone.
That's right. No, like, we've all been there, mate. Don't worry about that. Like, it's all good. It's just the way it is. That's life.
Yep.
But so what you're in? Trying to remember the name of the state where you were. I just seen it on your website as well. Or in a white paper, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep. I'm in Maryland.
Oh, Maryland. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So you're nowhere near Trumpy territory then. Is it a blue state or a red state that you're in?
Oh, it's 100% a blue state.
All right. Oh, it's a deep blue, is it?
Yeah, so voting other than blue is worthless. I try not to politically align. It's choosing the lesser of two evils, in my opinion.
The way it works here, like we've got Labor and Liberal, which is our two main parties. Like you got Republican, Democrats. Our Labor Party, which is the red government, they're actually like the Democrats, and the Liberal, which is like the Republicans. But obviously, I'm I would be a Republican voter or a vote Liberal, but because I like like a more of a conservative view, but what I generally find is the way to think about it is that there is no conservative government that could be possibly as bad as the best progressive government. That's my own opinion. So that's why I always vote Liberal. But usually as a farmer, that's the only government that works for us. With the other one, they just shut down, different tradings that create all sorts of issues for farmers. So yeah, there's a big divide between the two, and yeah, but politics is a complicated thing, and obviously we all get one vote, and we're all allowed to vote however we like. but yeah, where I live is what you would call a very Republican state or area in our electorate, where it's very liberal. So yeah, but yeah, you can keep your American politics though.
Yeah, I don't even want them. It's like if you really look at it, everything in life is boiled down to two choices, and neither of them are usually good.
No, that's right. No, it's always a challenge to try and if you either way you're stuffed. I know, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for the first time ever, nuclear is going to pop up in the next election now, though, in Australia, because we have a memorandum for no nuclear, and ever since World War II, and it was probably after that because they were doing nuclear testing and stuff. But once the Yanks and the Brits have finished nuclear testing, I think they had a memorandum there. That they can't have nuclear here. Obviously, we've got medical nuclear, but we don't have any other nuclear. And but this whole green power and that sort of falling on its head in this country, they're putting so much into turbines and solar farms, but it's just destroying the forests and whatever. It's just massive amount of damage. And of course they don't work when the wind doesn't blow or the sun's not shining. And there's just not the base load there to support it when it's just not doing it. And so for the first time, it looks like they might actually have a vote in the next election where our Liberal Party will take it, where they will allow for nuclear to happen, because we got the submarine deal now to get your Virginia class submarines in Australia, because they got that. I think they showed about 2 minutes on your news in America, but we got what's called an AUKUS arrangement now for us to get the nuclear technology to be and to have our own nuclear industry to run the Virginia class submarines in Australia. And so they're building some submarines for us that are nuclear powered. And so that's sort of opening the door now for nuclear to become okay within the country and be accepted to some degree. So, but of course, like we're highly dependent on coal. Like coal is the main source of power in Australia, and we've got heaps and heaps of coal, but of course we've got heaps of uranium as well.
Did you see the new idea for nuclear power plants? They basically dig a hole in the earth. They create a concrete coffin, essentially, of the entire structure. So you have the nuclear power. You have everything set up to run by itself for I think it's like 30 or 50 years, and then it's in a complete coffin, concrete all around. And once it hits its life cycle where it's not doing the output anymore, they collapse the concrete on itself and make it a full tomb so radiation doesn't leak out and it's completely enclosed, and then they build another power plant. And it's like the footprint's much smaller for the power output.
So that would be sort of, like these submarines, the nuclear generator lasts for like 25 years. So of course they don't need to be refueled, and they can't be refueled. And they basically change the little nuclear generator out for a new one. And so it must be a similar sort of thing to that, where it just runs for, 25, 30 years or whatever, producing steam. And then it's at the end of its life, when it's no longer able to do its thing, it's able to be decommissioned in a enclosed way, is what you're saying. So that's pretty cool if that's the case.
Yeah, one of the companies I actually worked for, or had worked for in the past, they do honeycomb, and there's a metal version of the honeycomb that's a very, very dense, I'll call it a weave, where the honeycomb's in multiple different directions, and it's for transporting nuclear waste, so it can survive an impact of a semi truck fully loaded going 75 or 80 miles an hour, and it will absorb the entire impact of that before reaching the nuclear waste.
Yeah, but really, because I know that a lot of states in America have nuclear power plants, but the word that we keep hearing here is modular nuclear power plants. Micro and modular seems to be the trending words when you talk nuclear in Australia. So, but as far as I'm aware, they just recently, up until recently, there was no such thing as a successful modular nuclear power plant. But they're only small power plants that basically, when you got a population of, say 100,000 people, it would have its own little power generator plant. And so you can have lots of little modular power plants to power your grid. But like, I'm not fully over the details, but that's what I'm aware of. It's not one of those big power stations where you got those great big stacks and that, like the old style looking power plants that are, great big huge structures with big smoke, big steam stacks.
The smaller you can have your uranium core or your rod, if you do have a failure, the easier it is to fix or clean up, and the less radiation that's going to escape if something like that happens. So the smaller, everything has its pluses and minuses, but I think smaller nuclear power plants is better to support, smaller cities than to just have a giant power plant that supplies, half of the U.S. or something like that.
Yeah, it's like when you see what's in Ukraine. There was a thing, must be about a year ago now, where the Russians were taking over this big power station, and it was a massive nuclear power station. It's got like half a dozen reactors on it, and it's on the river there, and it's just this huge structure, and like, that's not the sort of power station that they're talking about to have here. Is something that's that doesn't look like that. That's just like, of course it would be, rated to whatever power delivery it can offer, and it has to be appropriate for whatever you need. But I think that's the only way forward if you want clean power, is that you just have to go nuclear. I just can't see any other way where you can have solar, just ruins the farms, or you have wind that just ruins the farms where you got, power lines and turbines, and the turbines are also doing a lot of forest damage because a lot of the turbines here are getting put in forested areas along the Great Dividing Range over east, and the scars on the landscape is just massive. Plus they're clearing got to clear the tree lines, which is massive corridors for where the power lines go, like what happens in wildfires and stuff. Australia is well known for wildfires. How are you going to protect all of that infrastructure when you've got wildfires? And you can be sure as the day is long that it's going to happen. You're going to end up with a wildfire that's going to take them out. That's just a given. When you got the problem with solar, or the so-called green power that they got now, not that it's really green power, because solar panels have a lot of minerals that aren't good to, toxic components, and their lifespans are only short. And like even the wind blades, all of the fiberglass and that, that's a massive problem around the world, getting rid of turbine blades, where it's just all in landfill. Whichever way you look at it, it's just no easy solution. It's just the way it is. It's just damn hard. But that's the way Australia's going, though, is that it looks like we might eventually get our vote to go nuclear and get rid of this nuclear memorandum that they've got that stops us from having it. And yeah, but I don't know, this live stream here, I just can't get people here today, so I'm sorry about that, but
that's all right.
But like, I'll try and rustle up some people ready for next Saturday. And is it the same time of the day on Saturday?
Yeah, I'd say probably right around,
or is it
maybe about like 8:30 should be good for me. Between 8.
Yeah, 8. And that's in 6 days' time, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sunday,
No worries. Yeah. All right, no worries. No, I'll put the word out there and see what I can rustle up, and hopefully, we can get a few people popping in. But there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment with obviously Prado with his world and that sort of stuff. So, who knows? I stay on the fence on that stuff.
Well, we'll put out some posts too.
Yeah, absolutely.
In here also.
I just had a message from the Burn crew. They're making me some content stuff.
There you go.
And so yeah, I'll Icarnus Phoenix. He's the dev, isn't he?
Yeah, Icarus.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
he writes contracts.
Yeah, he's the dev. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah, because I've spoken to him live before as well.
Yeah, Waddles does all the graphical stuff.
Yeah, the content stuff. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, it'd be yeah, I'll read that shortly and respond. Yes, well, I'll let you get on with your day, and I'll see you during the week, of course, on Discord and whatever, and get all your ducks in a row. When are you launching on Grove? Can you tell me that or not yet?
26, 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So you're
not sure what time, but
yeah. Well, I've got enough time between now and then to stir Jared up, because if there's no pink sale, I want to rev him up about that.
Yeah.
And so I'll have a little quiet chat in his ear, see what I can do.
There you go.
Whatever I get from you guys, I just want to hold on to it. I don't want to sell anything. I just want to keep it. And that's all I want to do.
Well, with what we got planned and what we're gonna do, not financial advice, but I can't say that's a bad idea.
No, I'm excited. Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, but of course, I'm more excited about calf. Like buy calf, but but you know, like they're really the only projects that I like is ones that are doing real stuff. The other shit I just don't really sort of get off on that much. You know, it's kind of I don't know. It's challenging. I don't know. I'm just I just find the degen plays for me. I always come out worse off, and so I'm just not sure. But it's only your own assessment or my own assessment, and you just got to do what's right for you. So we're all entitled to that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Ask the bank; they'll say no, but we can only do what we can do. But thank you very much for joining, and I'll talk to you in Discord, and I'll sign off. So,
alrighty. Thanks for having me up. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much, Daniel. Cheers.
Yeah.
Love you, everyone. Take care, and I hope you enjoy whatever this live stream is when you watch it back. Thank you very much, guys. Take care. See you later.
See ya.